Hello, and welcome to the Taurus full moon activation. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, really intense astrological energy right now. Are you feeling it? Pretty much everybody is, and I think mostly this has to do with the Saturn square Chiron exact that's happening right now. Saturn square Chiron has been a big part of the 2017 astrology, and we're feeling the last square of these planets exact right here on this full moon. So Saturn is our planet of get it done, taskmaster, father, what's in the way of doing it right. And so Saturn is really about getting this to happen in the real world, this healing. So with Chiron, the wounded healer, is talking in Pisces, is talking about collective wounds. And it is time for us to heal our collective wounds. And so Saturn is very close now to the galactic center. And that's talking about our destiny. And so our taskmaster karma coming up with our destiny, it's a pretty potent and powerful time. And the message of the universe is like, we don't really get to move forward until we can work out these wounds, this woundedness. And so Chiron is really important here as it's coming to these later degrees of Pisces. It's time to complete this issue around collective unconsciousness, unconscious belief systems in our collective, unconscious things that are going on that we're not aware of in our subconscious and in our world, and getting down and digging to the depths. Now, that's perfect because that's what Scorpio wants to do. And we have a ton of Scorpio energy right now with the sun in Scorpio. And of course, Jupiter is there in Scorpio for a year. And Mercury is also in Scorpio. And so Mercury in Scorpio is really wanting us to understand, is bringing this kind of like, Mercury's really about, Mercury's the scribe, and it's about the day-to-day understanding, like, what does it mean in my practical everyday world, these bigger things that are going on in the sky. So it's really great energy when Mercury and Neptune come together harmoniously, which is what's happening at this full moon. Mercury is making a trine with Neptune in Pisces. So a lot of water energy. And Pisces has this weird kind of strange, like what's real, what's going on, kind of delusions and fantasies. And so Mercury wants to bring understanding and saying, come on, what's the reality? What's the meaning in my everyday life? So we have a huge opportunity right now to see underneath these subconscious, unconscious patterns that have been keeping us feeling stuck, keeping us creating the same old stories of our ancestors over and over again, and of our past life stories, because we're not able to reach the truth and understand. And so now there's a potent energy in the universe around reaching and understanding this truth. So, we are feeling it. And with Saturn on the coming up to the galactic center, squaring up with Chiron, it's like the truth is like deep wounds in our collective consciousness. And it's time for us to understand more about that so that we can be free of it. And, you know, it's hard because sensitive souls, indigo souls, star seeds, empaths are really sensitive to collective energy. And so it's hard when this collective energy is the woundedness is affecting us, but we don't know why or where it's coming from. And so this trine with Neptune is a really harmonious time to reach in to that underworld of the Scorpio energy, reach down below the surface of the waters and get some clarity about the root system, about the belief system, about this collective woundedness and the truth in our life, and what that really means. So really great opportunity for information, but it's deep information. It's emotional information, huge emotions right now for people with all of this watery energy. And so in a way, it's really nice, this full moon in Taurus, bringing us that balance, bringing us that earth energy. And Taurus is slow, it's the bull, it's obstinate, and it's actually a really great energy right now to help us ground out and find some compassionate self-care, some love for this process that's going on, and be able to just slow down. Our life is so busy. Technology has just increased the expectations of how our mind, the ideas that we deal with, and everything is just so massive right now. And so Taurus is a great energy to be like, okay, just I'm stepping off of this roller coaster for just a moment. And we're going to do that in the activation today. Just like really tap into this groundedness, to this deep sense of security and safety that's available with this Taurus energy, to connect to the earth. And that will kind of help these big watery waves of tumultuous tidal waves. You know, it's kind of like this feeling of like the tide has gone out and it's gone out far, and we know the waves coming back in. And that's kind of where we're all at right now. So it can feel just like this really intense pressure in our life to change. And that has to do with the square energy with Saturn and Chiron, because squares are like, it's the end of the road. You have to turn. You cannot go any other direction. Whereas the triangles is kind of like you're guided in a gentle way to make the shifts. So we've got this massive tension over like healing the wounds of our psyche in order to get on our destiny path. We can't, we're stuck. Humanity is stuck until we can get into this underneath. And you can see that this is starting to happen. We've been in a very confusing place of like what's true and what's real. And that has a lot to do with last year's mutable cross between Saturn and Neptune. And so we're still feeling the effects of that. And now Saturn square Chiron is like, whoa, when we do see the truth, we understand that, it's illuminating deeper reasons why we feel the way we feel, and help us process it and help us move that energy and come out of this stuck, delusional, lost, disconnected feeling that most humans have been feeling on the planet ever since 2011. And it's kind of like, what in the heck is going on here? And so it's cool energy right now, as far as just like, it feels better when you come into a little bit more of the truth, even though it's kind of intense at first. It feels like maybe you're falling off a cliff or the rug's being pulled out from under you. But these deeper truths are coming forward to set us free. So be prepared for this in the world. This next few months, the next year, next few years are really going to be about more and more coming to understand what our systems have been made up of in our political, financial systems, and our belief systems in our own life. The true motivations behind those. And so we're all being asked to completely, probably radically change our idea of what is true, and have some shocking things come forward. And this is happening in our individual personal life, disclosure, and then out there in the world as well. And so we're kind of being geared up right here with all this water energy and the Scorpio energy, and delving into the shadow to be ready to kind of face that. So part of the energy around this radical change and unexpected stuff that's coming up, these truths that could come forward that could radically change your life or radically change the way that you always thought things were, just be open to that right now. We've been so programmed through the media, and we've been so programmed on every side of us. We just don't know what's true. And so now we're going to come into that, and we need to be flexible and open and willing to change, to adjust to new belief systems. And so Uranus energy always brings in an energy of unexpected change and higher information. So Mercury is information in our everyday life and how we process and assimilate and how that affects our daily interactions in the world. And then Uranus is like the higher knowledge, the bigger perspective, the wisdom of the ancients, so to speak. And so Venus is exactly opposite Uranus during this full moon. And so we're really feeling that too. Venus is our goddess. It's at home in Libra, loves being in Libra, loves to celebrate beauty and harmony and equilibrium, compassion and love. And so, but that is in opposition to Uranus, the awakener in Aries, which is this kind of energy around who we think we are and our self self-expression, our self-confidence, just in general, in humanity, around our ideas, around our existence. And so Venus is also our value system. And so the opposition of these two is really kind of, it's a setup for this identity revolution, this crisis, this being willing to stand up in your life. Once you get this information coming in, it's easier to stand up for what really matters to you. It's easier to make decisions that are going to help you get on your path in the right direction. But there is some deep changing of our value systems coming in with this information. And so we've got this Scorpio Taurus, tons of Scorpio, tons of Taurus. And then we've got this Aries and Libra, and they're next to each other, you know, Taurus and Aries and Libra and Scorpio. So it's like a rectangle, another mystical rectangle. It's like there's these crosses in the sky, and that area of the chart is being super activated. And so there's this kind of beautiful, actually, the oppositions can be really beautiful, coming to an awareness and a deeper understanding. And so these oppositions are being activated as a way for us to start to see other sides of the issue, to be able to use the alchemy of the stars to step through to a whole new way of seeing ourselves, that Uranus and Aries, and the world, as far as that Chiron and Pisces in the collective consciousness. So we've really got our work cut out for us, and it's a dynamic, shifting time. And most people, if they're going to change in their life, things have to get uncomfortable first. So that's where we're at. We're being asked in the Scorpio energy to shed our skin and let go of our ego, everything that we've built up to believe in our belief system of who we are. So it's like a culmination of this 2017 astrology with that Uranus and Aries so activated, and also with Jupiter, that Jupiter opposition, and then also that Saturn square Chiron. So we are, this death and rebirth energy of Scorpio is actually the perfect energy we need to harmoniously learn, understand more about our deeper subconscious muck that has been keeping us stuck in the same patterns, and have a radical change of belief system around our values, what we really care about, what we love, and finding harmony with all of this. And so Venus and Libra is like, okay, yeah, we're going to change the value system. We got to come into a new idea of who we are, but there is harmony here. We can do it. Now, this is interesting also because the moon is conjunct Pallas Athene for this full moon, the goddess Pallas Athene. And so Pallas Athene is looking for diplomatic solutions, you know, not warrior solutions like Mars. It's diplomatic solutions. It's peaceful resolution. It's seeing both sides of the story. So that moon in Taurus, and then Taurus rules money and the body and the earth and the physical experience of our life. And it's this new moon, this full moon is very powerfully foreshadowing the Uranus in Taurus energy that is, you know, Uranus is going to move out of Aries into Taurus in May of next year. So we're foreshadowing this. We're kind of getting a glimpse of this energy. And so the newness, the revolution is moving into our money sign, our earth, and our ideas around the structures of our life as far as like our basic building blocks. And so we're bringing some compassionate healing and some diplomacy to the earth, to our relationship to ourself, to our relationship to our body. And we are going to see some shifts and financial ideas around financial systems and that kind of thing. Uranus moving into Taurus energy. This is very slow moving, big, slow moving planet. So Mars is going to move into Libra Mars already moved into Libra. And so Mars and Venus are in Libra for this full moon. And so the warrior planet, that's why we kind of have all this diplomacy energy, because our warrior action planet is kind of a little bit subdued in Libra. Like, it's kind of like, okay, the action is around seeing both sides, talking about it some more, like trying to understand and analyzing. And so that's the action we're taking. It's actually really helpful with all of this kind of coming into the truth of things energy. And having both Venus, our masculine and feminine planet, in harmonious Libra, and also having the moon right there with Pallas Athene. So the moon and Pallas Athene are directly opposite, or very close to opposite, of course, the sun, but Jupiter is pretty close there too. So Jupiter is expanding for this whole next year. It's expanding and growing this shadow energy, which can sound kind of scary. It's like, well, I don't want that stuff to bloom. I've kept it nice and hidden, compartmentalized, just right there. Just it rears its own ugly head once in a while, but mostly I have it all buttoned up into the corner. So Jupiter's just like the light bringer and the king, and it's just like this big, huge energy into Scorpio. So that delving into the depths is going to create some waves, but Jupiter's also the planet of luck and expansion. And so it's like this kind of like, let's move through this stuff, you know, let's stop being stuck in it and letting it define us. Let's learn and grow so we can help. You know, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. It wants to grow and teach and understand on that higher level. And so we're just having a huge opportunity in Jupiter. Not like Saturn and Scorpio. It's not such a scary, stressful energy. Jupiter and Scorpio is just like, oh, we're going into it. Here we are, surrender. It's happening. And I think we're all going to feel so much better when we surrender to that process, allow these truths to come forward, clean up that subconscious, and like not have those nagging, deeper patterns that keep emerging as monsters in our life. This is a monster removal, very spooky Halloween. I hope you had a great Halloween. With all the Scorpio energy, it's really feeling like that. So let's go ahead and get into this activation, because there's a lot of energy here for harmonizing the process of healing our woundedness in order to get on our path of destiny, rewriting our identity of who we are and our value system, and being able to rewrite our value system to be better in alignment with who we really are, and also to kind of get on track with our destiny by finding diplomatic solutions to our issues. And, you know, you can kind of feel this, and this is part of the interesting thing. We have this huge tension right now, huge karmic tension. But you know how sometimes if you can step back and you just kind of are like, well, I don't know a solution. I don't know how to fix this. So I'm just going to let the universe work on it. This is a really good energy for right now, because sometimes you can just, you know, in you're putting attention on it, but stepping back as far as trying to control or fix or make something happen. The universe's energies can get in there and start to work. And that's part of this Mercury trine Neptune. The sun is trining Neptune. I'm sorry, Mercury is trining Chiron. And so with the sun trining Neptune and Mercury trining Chiron, we are feeling this huge energy of coming into the truth and understanding, but a harmonious. So it's like, you know how sometimes things can, like, that are really big issues, kind of let the energies work, and they can kind of, you know, will harmoniously resolve themselves. And if you stayed in that place of like that big issue, and it's just this big thing, and you allowed that to be your reality, says this is the danger with the fixed energy, because Scorpio is a fixed sign. You can get really stuck in how you feel and kind of attached to it. You know, it's like, this is a big problem. It's never going to go away. I'm never going to be able to fix it. And there it is, you know. And actually this energy right now is so dynamic. And so being a fixed water sign is kind of interesting, because water wants to move. And so it's like we're having an opportunity for big shifting, big movement, big tidal wave adjustments in our belief systems. And so there is a great energy if you can kind of step back from the issue at hand instead of controlling it, trying to fix it, and let the universal energy seem to work. Because think about how many times you felt like something would never shift, and then eventually it did. And so if we stay in that place of like, this will never shift, this is a huge problem, then we're creating that reality. So it's just a huge opportunity right now to be flexible and be open to new awarenesses, new information about who we really are, our value system, and our destiny, and how to make harmonious changes that can make us feel like we're on our path. There's a huge desire right now, massive desire building in the indigos, the crystal seeds. Like, what is this about anyway? We're here. We're trying to survive in this world. But is this what we're here for? Survival? Or is there something more? And that's Saturn moving over the galactic center. And it already has. And then it went retrograde. And so now it's moving over the galactic center again. So we're having a new perspective on our huge karmic destiny of this, our whole evolution, and how our collective belief systems, our collective woundedness is holding us back from that destiny. And so it's time to clean it up. And Scorpio's like, okay, let's look at this stuff. Let's not be scared of it. Jupiter says, let's shine the light. There's no problem. You know, the basement is only scary until you turn the light on. It's only scary if you're down there alone and you don't know what's behind the shadows. So Jupiter says, let's get that shit out of there. Let's move this stuff from behind the shadows and allow for deeper understanding and healing. And ultimately this feeling of being on your path or doing what you're here to do on the planet. So many people are desiring right now, but coming up against these belief systems and limitations. And so just huge opportunities right now. It might feel really intense, but it's actually like a huge opportunity to just start to feel really a lot better in your life. And so on that note, let's go ahead and just get into this activation. We're going to work with the earth energy to come into still point, reset, recharge, clear our energy space, slow down, and also look at this harmonious shifting opportunity of this water and clearing any belief systems of our ancestors or past lives that might be holding us down in the muck. And so use this Jupiter energy, use the trine with Neptune and Chiron, with the sun and Mercury to get to the bottom of this. So go ahead and just feel yourself arrive here in this now moment, just taking a few deep breaths. Just feel yourself tapping into this coming full moon in Taurus energy, grounding, harmonizing. Kind of causing us, allowing us to stop and slow down our busy life. And just feel that, how nice it is to give that to yourself. This is part of the big shifting that's going on with this Uranus moving into Taurus. It's okay for us and to allow ourselves to have a peaceful, slow, solid, stable experience, even though our consciousness and the energies of the planet and technology and our awareness is just growing so fast. We can still have peace. And so just take a deep breath and allow yourself to arrive right here, right now, paying attention to the base of your spine, just putting down a deep root system. Just feel yourself moving this root system through all the muck. Imagine a lotus, the most beautiful flower, representing energetic purity, and it grows out of the muck. So the root system has to go through the mud to be able to find the air and the light and the sun. So just imagine that you're putting your awareness deep into the underworld underneath you, reaching down through the muck to connect with Mother Earth. And go ahead and just with this earth energy, this full moon, it's a great opportunity to just remind ourselves and come into deeper connection with Mother Earth in a way maybe you have never felt before. We're traveling with our mother, regardless of how mothered you feel in this world and other levels. You can allow yourself to feel held and safe and loved by Mother Earth Gaia. This is an energetic resonance. Go ahead and invite yourself to come into energetic resonance, resonant frequency with Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia. Just imagine that she's this beautiful living goddess, and she's appearing in front of you, and she's underneath your feet as well. But you never really understood that you could actually be a part of her, that you are a part of her. You have this connection to all that is, in this feeling of being never alone. You're on the planet, you're held. We're all in this journey together. And so feel yourself just merging with this goddess Gaia, Mother Earth. And what does she look like to you? And just imagine that she's opening her arms to you. And your root system is like an umbilical cord energetically to this goddess that is our Earth. This Uranus and Taurus energy is really going to awaken us into a true connection with the spaceship Mother Earth, which is a living being, loving goddess. And just feel her embrace. What colors do you see? What shapes? What does she present herself to you? And go ahead and just feel yourself merge with Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia, and feel your whole nervous system release and relax, the whole lower part of your body just coming into this vibrational, deep grounded resonance with Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia, and your whole body just releasing and relaxing into this cosmic union with our Mother. And just let wash away any ancestral belief systems, family conditioning, past life around your permission to be nurtured in this world. Just checking your grounding cord, checking your communication to Mother Earth. What happens when you examine your permission for communication with Mother Earth? There's programming in our collective consciousness that being on the earth means catastrophe. Being on the earth means stuck on a rock. Being on the earth means out of connection with the cosmos. None of these are true. Many indigo souls feel like being on the earth means they have to hide who they are. But go ahead and feel this beautiful communication, your root system reaching out and connecting, and your whole being coming into connection, emerging with Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia. And let all of that programming just reset. Go ahead and receive an energetic wave to reset and heal and reprogram any DNA belief systems around not being safe on planet Earth. That is a lie. We're safe here. We're held. We're loved. We are moving into, with Goddess Gaia, or Mother Earth, we're moving into her true expression. The Gaia star, the Eden star. And we get to go together with her. This is our birthright by being born into this evolution on planet Earth. Just feel yourself loved and held and nurtured, and just imagine that you're floating through the cosmos, Mother Earth holding you like a little baby in a lotus flower, rocking you, soothing you. This is the self-love practice that you need. Allow yourself to reset your nervous system and come back in to a feeling of security on planet Earth. This level of security on planet Earth is the healing. This vibration, this truth that we are living right here, right now, and sending out to all of our soulmates, brothers and sisters on the path, this is the antidote to violence, and destruction. It cannot happen vibrationally when we are in a cosmic union with Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia. This is the truth that the powerful indigo souls, as projectors of reality in this world, need to tap into right here, right now, and just feel yourself at deep, eternal peace as you float in the cosmos with Mother Earth holding you in the lotus flower with this beautiful, bright, light, white root system, umbilical cord, as you just become reborn into the baby that you are, a child of God, and with a mother and a father who love you and are caring for you. And allow yourself to release everywhere in your being that doesn't agree with that for whatever reason, all the belief systems, karmic contracts around not feeling safe on planet Earth. Just release all of that as you move into this deep level of communion, security with Mother Earth. Just feel in this place that this energy, this truth, this cosmic energetic field would not allow distortions. It's like we know the truth of Earth as a goddess Gaia star. She's not going to blow up anytime soon. We are just getting started. And we're going to hold this truth, and we're going to know this truth, and we are going to create this truth because we've seen it and we know in the future. And so nobody's going to tell us different. All the stories that we have enemies and we need to be scared. It's all a lie. And just feel this interconnectedness for all of the soul spirits that are choosing to come into communication and communion with Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia. Feel this beautiful grid of bright green and blue and white moving around the planet, awakening the magic, our connection. Mother Goddess Gaia has always been magic, but we have been separated from her. It's a story of separation that somehow we fell. Somehow we're not good enough. We need to earn back our communication with Spirit, and that is a lie. We never left Spirit. We are Spirit. It's inside of us and absolutely accessible as our birthright, as is this communication with Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia. Just allow yourself to be held and loved. Just feeling yourself rocking in deep peace, deep security. All your needs are handled as you surrender to this communion with our Goddess Gaia. The rise of the feminine on the planet again, the balance. Bringing us into our harmonious future. Just feel yourself totally surrender, releasing and relaxing, rocking the cosmos. Completely held and safe. And let's just send a collective energy wave out to the earth and be like, hey, you guys, this is the truth. Small amount powers that be on the planet want to tell us something different. This is the truth. We recognize even in our supposed enemy that we're all a part of this Goddess Gaia experience. We're safe and held and loved. Just feel this as the most profound, deepest truth. Beyond all the stories that are being told, all the delusions, all the fantasies all the paradigms we live our life by, this is more of a truth than anything. So when you're confused, as we're going through this awareness process, come back to Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia, the truth that you know, that you can feel. And feel that resetting your whole neighborhood by you coming into this resonant frequency and sending this wave out to the whole world. Just putting a picture out there that, like, actually, you guys, this is what Earth is about right now. We've been told lots of stories about cycles changing and disasters needing to happen, and Mother Earth is mad at us, and that's just a big lie of a manifested reality to keep humans in slavery. And feel that Mother Earth does not resonate on any level with that. Come home into this deep peace is available to everyone right now, right here, in this moment on planet Earth, and just feel that beautiful grid of beautiful light around the whole Earth. So we claim back our reality by raising our vibrational frequency and coming into the truth, the true truths. In order for disaster or horrible things to happen, our consciousness needs to be in alignment, and this is what's been going on. Manipulative powers keep wanting to create catastrophe, and so there's can be more control and domination and slowing down of our soul spirit evolution. It's not working anymore. We're more powerful than that. Our vibration maintains our reality. And there's enough people on the planet right now that are maintaining a reality of peace. Is this you? Can you be a powerful light worker that's projecting, taking a few minutes of your day to feel this union with Mother Earth and project peace and be a part of this movement? That's kind of like, oh no, this story is over. It's time for a new chapter where we feel safe and held and loved. We're working together to heal and nourish each other and the planet and allow ourselves to be nourished by Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia, and feel like we're coming home for the first time. So go ahead and use this piece, this framework, this connection to Mother Earth. Call home all the pieces of your soul spirit that may be stuck in other dimensional frequencies or timelines through trauma or past life experiences, and just call home your whole self. It's time right now to engage on Mother Earth, what it's happening, what we came here for, prepared for many lifetimes to be a part of this evolution. And it's happening now, so it's time to come home. So just imagine a magnetic pull. This deep peace is just pulling back, saying it's okay for these parts of yourself to come home. And you can come into your body whole and complete as a soul spirit, confident in your actions and in your presence and in your connection with the higher laws of the universe and Mother Earth under your feet and completely surrounding you and holding you. And the people of the earth are like children again, free to expand and play and create and love and heal. And just receiving and sending an energy wave to the whole planet around this true future that we are now stepping into. Just taking a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to be in this resonance. Go ahead and feel the support that is there for you and your soul team. You probably haven't met very many of them yet. This is just starting to happen on the planet. Your highest guidance, the ascended masters that have already gone through this experience. From your tribe, your bloodline, they're available here for you. You feel like you have buddies. You're not alone. There might be some really intense stuff, but this is a place where we're learning and growing and expanding our consciousness at a massively fast rate. But it's okay to be held and feel secure and feel safe. Safe enough to play. just a deep grounding cord communicating deep through your root chakra. Just feel yourself going deeper and deeper in this connection with Mother Earth than you ever thought possible. As you rest there, rocked in the cosmos by this lotus flower. Whatever happens out there, you're safe here. And just taking a few deep breaths, beginning to complete your experience when you're ready, staying in that still point, that communion, that place of security, true security, for as long as you would like. And bringing that security into your daily, everyday life. What would it be like to walk through the world demonstrating this truth? Bringing the people around you, your family, your friends, your coworkers into vibrational resonance just by being there yourself. Go ahead and make a commitment to yourself that this self-care, this time, is the most important thing to be able to guide your life in the right direction. Just taking a few deep breaths, completing your meditation, coming into your body, into your regular everyday awareness, into the room. As you're ready, bringing with you this peace, bringing with you this truth. Wiggling your fingers and toes, becoming aware of your body. When you're ready, go ahead and come out of meditation. Well, thank you so much for joining me for that activation. It was really potent, and I think that that is a great place to come from right now in life and go back to, because we like to bring this into our everyday and just be the peace, but in reality, we're going to get sucked back into all of the stuff that's happening in these intense times. But that peace is there for you, and it is the truth. And as the powerful projector that you are, the more you can identify with that peace and that truth of the future of the Earth's evolution and why we're doing all of this, then the more centered and peaceful you can be, keeping perspective on what's happening in your life, in your world. So consider an intuitive healing session with me if you're looking for that support. Really get in and find the contracts and belief systems that are keeping you from moving forward. And you can find out more about that at adrianelise.com. Thank you so much for joining me for this live activation, and I look forward to next time. Namaste.